Wanted to give everybody a quick update on where our corn stands. We'll go check the potatoes too, but I can already tell you the reds are actually starting to die off on the plant, and that's actually a very good sign. Once the plant dies, like I said before, when the plant dies, the potatoes are at their full growth in the ground, so we'll be harvesting them soon. But I've got tassels here on some of the corn. I'm trying to remember how we planted this. This over here is gotta have it white kernel, I believe. That's what we planted here. Not 100% sure on that. I'd have to go look at our notes, but we have corn tasseling, which is a good sign. We side dressed it with nitrogen last weekend. That must have been enough of a boost to send it over, but now we're getting down here, and I'll show you. I'm going to walk through a row. The bottom third is where we limed it, if you remember from my discing video, my first discing video. We limed it down here, and we didn't lime the top 2/3. We just didn't have the lime to do it with. And this down here, it's much taller. There's a lot more stalks that are tasseling out. Oh, look at that. Pretty butterfly. On a milkweed. Those things are the enemy. So we'll just bend that over. But look at how tall this corn is down here. And as I keep walking further, boy, this corn's actually looking really good the deeper I get into it. As I get further up to the top, you'll notice less and less of them are up to my head. More and more of them are chest high. But overall, the corn's actually coming along very, very good. So happy. We'll have corn here soon too. So stay tuned. We'll go take a look at the potatoes. All right, so now we're down here in the potato field, and if you can see, these are the reds. They're dying off pretty good. They got these little, well, we call them potato beetles, but some people call them milkweed beetles. But the plants are dying off already, so you know there's not much left to them. As soon as the plant is all the way browned off, we'll be harvesting. The reds, these first 2 rows here are reds, with the exception of, we did plant, my wife bought a 10-pound bag of russet, and they start right here. They're not far behind the reds, actually. We don't have a ton of experience with russets. We tried them several years ago. The biggest thing we didn't like is you don't get a big yield out of a russet plant. You know, you get a 3 or 4 potato yield, or at least we did, and you know, we average 6 to 9 potato yield on the whites and the reds. So, you know, unless we wanted to do this whole field in russets, it didn't really seem economical, I suppose. And then I do have 5 rows of whites, but you can see those plants are still nice and green. The tips of the leaves are just starting to brown off. And they're usually 2 to 3 weeks behind the reds anyway, so excuse me, it usually works out perfect. We'll be pulling these reds. So there's 3, well, basically 3 rows total. So we'll be pulling them maybe next weekend. Weather's got to be right. It's got to be a day like today. One, you can't really turn them over with the plow when it's wet, and 2, It's nice to let them lay right out in the sun for a couple hours and dry off, so then we can start the cleaning process sooner. Last year, conditions weren't exactly ideal when we harvested, but we had to harvest. We had a lot of rain prior to, and more rain coming in the forecast, and this field is prone to flooding. We've actually had half of our potatoes underwater before. So stay tuned, we'll be doing that. Hope to get some decent video of that. I try to keep the videos coming. I am still kind of new at this, so I'm trying to get better at the editing process. But I do work on my own, so probably do some more brush hogging tomorrow in a different spot. So we'll here comes the boss. I don't know if you can see that side by side coming down here or not. She probably thinks I lost my mind. I'm talking to my phone again. So thanks for watching my videos. Trying to get better video, better editing. So we'll see. There'll be some potato harvest coming up though. Thanks again.